We have the Wizard of Oz game by Cadaco Games, number 406. We're off to see the Wizard, the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. It's a Cadaco game. Another great Cadaco game. Copyright 1974 by Cadaco Games Incorporation, Chicago, Illinois, 60607. It's a storybook classic game for 2, 3, or even 4 players. Oh man, I'm too old to play it. It says ages 4 to 10. 4 to 10. How are you going to have your adults? How in the world are you going to have the adults play with their kids if you want a game to be ages 4 to 10? Retarded people. Anyway, here is the Cadaco Storybook Classic based on the MGM motion picture classic Wizard of Oz, starring Judy Garland. Now, I don't even know who she plays in that movie. I have no idea. Roy Bolger. He's probably dead too. Burt Lahar. He's probably dead too. Jack Haley. Probably also dead. Frank Morgan. Also probably dead. With Billy Burke. Also probably dead. Margaret Hamilton. Also probably dead. And the Munchkins. They're the only ones that are secretly probably still alive. The Munchkins. Why? Because later they played the Oompa Loompa Loompa Doo and the other classic show, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, by a Victor Fleming production. That dude, I bet's dead too. Victor Fleming. Anyway, here's the rules. It says, follow the famous film story from the time of Cyclone carries Dorothy's house with Dorothy and her dog Toto in it, far away to the land of Oz through all her adventures until she gets back home to Kansas. The Munchkins, who live in Oz, love Dorothy because her house landed on the Wicked Witch. It flattened her and freed them. Dorothy and Toto set out down the yellow brick road to the Emerald City in the heart of the land of Oz, hoping to find the Wizard of Oz, who might help her get back. Along the way, she met the Scarecrow, who needs some brains, because he's dumb, and obviously he's a Democrat, because he don't have brains. Ooh, chick. The Tin Woodman, who wanted a heart. Obviously, the Tin Woodman who wants a heart is, I don't know, I don't. Probably also, well, they call the Democrat Party. All they do is think with feelings. So obviously the freaking Tin Woodman was a Republican, because you know we ain't none of us got no hearts. We don't care about nobody. We only care about the Constitution in America. We don't care about nobody else. We ain't got no hearts, right? Republicans, maybe, I guess. Anyway. And then she met the Scarecrow then she met the Cowardly Lion who needed courage, which apparently are the Libertarian Party, because none of them have the courage to actually do what they say they're going to do. Cowards. They say they're going to rise up, unite, take back the country. They never do it. Cowards. Third parties, I guess, are the Cowardly Lions. They joined her on the journey, and because you know they need some courage. They joined her on the journey and encountered many pearls and adventures. They even managed to get rid of the Wicked Witch of the West. Didn't they just kill the Wicked Witch? Oh, it was a different Wicked Witch, right? Right? I'm confused. Water on her, she melted. In the original story, I think there's like 4 Wicked Witches. North, South, East, and West. And then there's like 4 good witches. It's a whole book series. It's got a lot of stuff. Maybe I'll look it up one day for the synopsis, so I won't have to read it and stuff. And for some reason, throwing water on the Wicked Witch melted her. Because, I don't know, magic? Magic, maybe? But then they don't explain magic when they get to the magician, who just happens to be a science guy. Kind of like Bill Nye, the science guy. Anyway, at least they found a wizard who turned out to be an ordinary man after all, and he was able to grant all their wishes but Dorothy's. She still couldn't get home. finally, Glinda, she's one of the good witches, saved the day by telling Dorothy to clap her magic slippers back together. Dorothy did this, and she and Toto found themselves suddenly back in Kansas, and very glad to be back home again. And then you've discovered that all the characters were just people that she already knew, so apparently it was just a crazy dream. Or was it? Woo! Anyway, here's the rules. Numbers of players, 2, 3, 4. So you can play it with 2, 3, 4. Not 5 and not solo. Not 5 and not solo. It has game board, spinner, card, magic cards, 4 of them. 4 different colored pawns. Object games to reach home with the magic cards. How to play. Place the 4 magic cards on the home space. Give each player a pawn to place at start. Decide who will play first, usually the youngest. Players use the spinner card in turn and to move the pawns to the number of spaces indicated by the arrow. If a pawn lands on a space which gives instructions to like go ahead or back, certain number of spaces, blah blah blah, those instructions should be followed at once. If a player spins a number which causes a pawn to land on a space already occupied by another pawn, he must move back until he reaches an unoccupied space. Only home can be occupied by more than one pawn at a time. When moving back from an occupied space, players disregard instructions shown on the space they land on. When the spinner points to the magic card, the player takes the magic card from the pal. If he, no girls are allowed to play. What? Sexist? I thought you were playing Dorothy. What? Huh? What? I'm confused. It says he, but you're playing Dorothy, which is a girl. I'm confused. Shouldn't it be she? Uh-oh. Sexism. Shh. I think they're using it in a generic sense of he again. Magic card time. He, again with the he's, must return 1 to the pal. Why can't they just say them or they? Oh gosh, why do these games insist on writing he when they could just write they? I mean, it does take 1 or 2 more letters, but just start writing they. It encompasses all the 1,000,001 genders. If you just say they. Magic cards may also be gained or lost by landing on M for magic spaces in the path. If a player lands on an M space and does not have a card, he... See, again with this he's... may take one. If he again lands on an M and does have a card, he must return. How many times are they gonna say he on here? You're playing Dorothy, shouldn't it be she? Come on, end of the game. The first player to reach home with a magic card, and his, again with the his, position is the winner. Man, this game is sexist. It says he and his a lot. It's assuming people's genders. Any player who reaches home without a magic card may remain there. He takes his next turn, but does not move until he spins a magic card. If another player reaches home with a magic card before the first player spins magic cards, the one with the magic card wins. Whew, man. Copyright 1974. Another great cadaco game. Cadaco, 4300 West 47th Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60632. I wonder if I send a letter there, who would answer me? I wonder if I really wrote a letter and sent it to that address, would somebody be there to answer? Would I get an answer, or would I get a response saying, who? Oh, cadaco? Seriously. If I ever go to Chicago, I'm going to go to 4300 West 47th Street on purpose to see what is in Cadaco Games' address now. Just for the fun of it. All because, you know, they're not around anymore. Or are they? Woo. All, I don't think they're around anymore. Anyway. All category games are... they're carefully inspected. Yet, they couldn't figure out how to just write they. They weren't very carefully inspected. But if you find a part missing, please do not return the game to the store. Just write to the same address that was listed a while ago, but write customer service. I bet you if I write to customer service and send it to the address, either somebody will write me a letter back saying, Cadaco Games isn't around anymore. Or the post office will probably be like, send it back. Wonder if there's still a building there. Anyway. But they'll send you a replacement at no cost. But all game companies that do that, they'll all do that. Trust me, every game company will do that. If you're just missing one piece and you write to them nicely and tell them you're missing one piece, you can buy the game at a thrift store. I am not joking. You can buy the game at a thrift store and write to these companies. And I guess they don't get much mail at all, and you will get your replacements and more. All right. Now we have a red pawn, yellow pawn, a blue pawn, and green pawn. Playing pieces are supposed to be underneath the train. According to the red pawn, it's the scarecrow. The yellow pawn is supposed to be the Tin Man. The blue pawn is supposed to be the Lion. And the green pawn is supposed to be Dorothy. Then you got the spinner. Spin. So that determines how many spaces you move. Then we got... Come out, you stupid game. Oh man, y'all missed a perfectly good opportunity to put a beautiful piece of artwork right here. Y'all should have put a beautiful piece of artwork right there. Oh, you suck. And I suppose these are the magic cards. Not sure why I only have 3 of them. Oh wait, there's the other one. Never mind. I guess these are the magic cards, which are really, to me, look like characters. So that they do have some nice art on these magic cards, but these magic cards are just characters. So basically, you're supposed to get to home. Your pawn is supposed to get home with their magic card, which is their character card. You may lose and you may gain. Wow. All right. Here's where you start. You start with a cyclone lifts Dorothy's house high in the air with Dorothy and her dog Toto in it. Okay, that's cool. Then you're going around the house finally lands far away in Oz on top of a wicked witch, and Dorothy meets the Munchkins and a good witch. So here's her house landing on the witch and the Munchkins, and then you go up. Now you're walking on the yellow brick road to Emerald City. Off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Then you got Dorothy the Scarecrow, the Tin Woodman, and the Cowardly Lion off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. So you walk in, and you walk in. The throne room and the wizard, really? Take your choice, the shortcut, but dangerous long. Take your choice, the shortcut, but dangerously longer and safer path. Okay, so now you get to either do the shortcut but dangerously longer and safer path. Okay, that makes no sense. The shortcut why would you choose the why would you choose the longer, more dangerous route when you could just do the shortcut? That makes no sense. I guess you cut out the dangerous path for the really young kids, and y'all just say, cause y'all want them to cheat and win faster. I have no idea. That's just dumb. Anyway, next, if we don't take this crazy... Oh, okay, see, the shortcut has a bunch of these back spaces. So, is it really a shortcut if it has all these back spaces? Because this is back 5, which makes you go that way. So I think they're trying to force you to take the other path because there's all these different back spaces. There's the back 5, which makes you go back here. There's the back 5, which makes you go here. There's the back 10, which makes you go here. There's the back 15, which makes you go they're trying to force you to actually take the longer, dangerous route. There's a shortcut, but there's too many go backs, including this go back to start space. So if you can avoid all the go backs, you might be actually able to get into the shortcut. Haha. Honestly, the whole entire go back shortcut thing is just stupid. Because it's not really a shortcut. Alright, now back to the game. Going to longer, but dangerous, longer and safer path. How is it dangerous, longer? How is it both dangerous and either they messed up on their English or something, because I'm not grasping how it can be both safer and dangerous at the same time. I'm not grasping that. Somebody, I thought they inspected these games. Someone didn't do a very good job at inspecting the game when it came to grammar, I guess. Alright, never mind, back to the game. Winged monkeys capture Dorothy and bring her to the Wicked Witch of the West. Oz gives everyone his wish and makes plans to leave with Dorothy in a balloon. The rope breaks, the balloon and Oz take off, and leaving Dorothy behind. The Wizard of Oz game. Glinda tells Dorothy she can get home by clapping the heels of her magic shoes. Home again to Aunt Em and Uncle Henry. And then I guess you could play the game over again because it just literally goes around in a circle. Literally. So that's been the Wizard of Oz game. We're off to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz. So basically it's a simple spin and move game. The object of the game is to spin and move. Get to home first with your character card, which they call a magic card. You might lose your character card, and you might gain your character, and then you might later gain it back. We're off to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz life game that they made. Yes, they made a Wizard of Oz life game, and I have a review somewhere in my channel. Probably in Life Games or some other games. This essentially was a kid's cash grab game to get money off the parents from the kids who just watched this. That's all essentially this game was. So it's cool. It's a nice little vintage game. It's kind of neat, but all in all, it's just one of those storybook games that are kind of stupid. You really didn't even have to read the rules to play this game. It has way overemphasis of rules to play this game. I'm pretty sure most of the kids who played this game probably could have figured it out without reading the stupid rules. in some cases where the grammar and English on the board are just terrible. But anyway, so that's the game. Maybe simple, easy, may have been fun to kids way back in 1970s, but nowadays with all the video games and other toys that people have, I don't see most kids liking this. Now, a collector who likes, you know, the Wizard of Oz will probably be ecstatic to see this. Probably ecstatic to play it maybe once. They might just like to have it for the fact that it's Wizard of Oz and they're a Wizard of Oz collector. Me, actually, that's the only reason I really got it too, was because it's vintage and it's Wizard of Oz. I'm not even really that big fan of Wizard of Oz, but I'm a fan of vintage games, and $2 and $2. It's $2. It's cheap. I like games. I collect games, so it's just something interesting having a collection because it's a game. Games. So, game on, play on, wizard on, collect on. Remember, God's good all the time. All the time, God's good. Jesus loves you. Keep on gaming. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And have a great day, everybody. And this was a way long video for Wizard of Oz. It did not really need to be this long, but oh well. Oops. Sorry about it being so long. It could have been way shorter, guys. I apologize. This is an overdone review and unboxing thing.